my cart's wheels are broken, so I'm just trying to drag this thing across the floor. What's up, everyone? Hope everyone's having a good afternoon. My name is Josh. I'm a 23-year-old university student, hybrid athlete from Vancouver, BC. And today we are not in the gym on a run, but we're in my dining room kitchen. Because today we are going to go over what I buy in a week for groceries as a hybrid athlete. So welcome to episode 2 of the Road to Sponsored Athlete series. That's right, we want to get sponsored by Minton, New York, my favorite running brand. So I'd love if you guys could tag Marcus Milioni down in the comments. That would mean a lot to me. I hope he sees this. But yeah, I'm training to become a sponsored athlete. It's been one of my biggest goals ever since I was a kid playing soccer. And now I'm pursuing it with running in the gym. And I hope to inspire you guys to chase your goals as well. All right, that's a lot of big topics. Let's hone into what I really buy for groceries in a week. So before I go grocery shopping, I gotta figure out what I actually need to buy. So I always make sure to do a check in the fridge and my pantry to see what items I'm missing when I need to buy. That way I don't miss anything when I'm at the store. Do that all the time. I forgot to add a couple things to my list and I forgot those. Oh well. I got everything laid out on the table. It is a big mess. As you can see, it is also a lot of food. And I'm going to break it down for you guys pretty much into categories, what I bought and why. Before we begin, I'm just going to preface this by saying I've been living on my own for a little bit of time now. So I have optimized my grocery shopping pretty well. I buy food that I think is relatively good for me, but that's not to say that I didn't have my period where I was buying just absolute garbage. When I was in second year living with my 2 friends, I was not eating like this. So if you're not where you want to be, it just takes time. It took me like literally years to get to this point, but I feel like I have a much better understanding of what food I like to eat, what food makes me feel good, and what food helps me perform as an athlete. Because food is literally so important for training, it's important for recovery, it's important for fueling your workouts. And if you want to see some progress with your physique, with your running, with your strength, I highly suggest that you look in your kitchen to see and track what you're eating, how you're feeling, how it's making you feel when you train, because I feel like food is such a superpower when it comes to unlocking some progress. All right, so the first category that we're gonna break down is meat, proteins, essentially. I always buy 1 pack of around 800 grams of chicken breast. This is what I eat for dinner every single night. For lunches, I will have 2 packs of extra lean ground beef. I have about 150 grams every day. And then I just like to make some beef, some little steak things in my breakfast, but I think I'm going to switch it up this week and I'm going to have this for one of my lunches and I'm going to use some of this beef to make burgers today for dinner. But yeah, that's what I buy for meat. Now, one of the reasons why I don't buy frozen and in bulk is because I don't have enough room in my freezer. And 2, it's really hard for me to get to Costco, so I just buy all my food at the local grocery store. So the next category we'll talk about is dairy. Pretty standard as well. Usually buys just a pack of eggs. Didn't need to buy any, but I'll usually buy some egg whites as well. So I'll usually make eggs and egg whites in the mornings. We got 2 kinds of milk. We got some of the microfiltered higher in protein milk, and then I just got some regular whole milk. Fun fact, my buddy used to work at this farm and I've toured it. It's a great facility, really cool, and the milk tastes really good. And then a huge part of my diet is Greek yogurt. Absolutely love Greek yogurt, and they were on sale, like $5 off each one, so I stocked up naturally. So I don't have to buy Greek yogurt for the next 3 weeks, which is nice. But yeah, I eat this every single day. Great source of protein. It's got some good fats in there as well. Overall, superfood. Now for the category that makes up the bulk of my bill, we have fruits and vegetables. Starting off, oh my god, there's so much food here now. Sweet potatoes, I make these with my ground beef for lunch every single week. Bought some potatoes because why not? They'll go well with my burgers. 1 single tomato. We've got a dozen bananas. I usually have 1 banana before every workout, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. That's why I need 6 bananas times 2, 12. We've got a bag, 3 pounds of apples. Great snack throughout the day, and I just love apples. We got some romaine hearts. I'll eat this with my chicken and rice every night for dinner. Just add some volume to the food, and I like to eat green things. I don't really eat that much in my diet. I should be eating more vegetables is what I'm saying. And then you don't really see too many fresh fruit. That's because I don't have that much room in my fridge, and I do a bad job of eating it before it goes bad. That's why I primarily buy frozen fruit. And it was on sale, so I also stocked up. We got 2 bags of frozen blueberries, 1 bag of dark fruit blend. Cherries are really great for sleep and recovery. That's why I like to buy this as well. And we got frozen mangoes because I love mangoes. And frozen mangoes are so delicious. There's just something about like a ripe mango that's frozen that just tastes great in yogurt. And finally, for the miscellaneous, which usually involves the grains, the carbs, and random stuff, we got salsa for dinner. And then I have a loaf of sourdough bread that I'll have with my eggs in the morning. Usually I have English muffins, but I'm mixing it up because I've had English muffins every morning for the last 5 months. Maybe it's good to mix things up. And then last night, okay, story time. Last night, in a moment of weakness, I grabbed McDonald's with my friends after a very difficult training day. You can watch that in the video before this. So yeah, moment of weakness. Went and got McDonald's. You know, McDonald's is fine every once in a while. It's always good to have balance. But it was good for about 5 seconds, and then I was like, why am I doing this? And I still had most of the food that I bought, but I just woke up feeling like shit, and I don't like that. Like, I would have rather eaten some food I had prepared, but I didn't have anything prepared. I was out with my friends. So life is not perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm not always going to be able to get my prep meals in. But I feel like there's better options, and I shouldn't have to turn to McDonald's for that. It's just, yeah, not my proudest moment. I'm human as well. But I have thought about it, and I go, I went to McDonald's because I really love hamburgers. If I could make the hamburgers every week, maybe I could get my hamburger fix in, and I would still be having fun, and I would be having a burger, and it wouldn't be McDonald's. So I bought a pack of hamburger buns. I'm gonna make some hamburgers for lunch, dinner today. I'm only gonna have like 2 or something at a time, and I'm gonna freeze the rest of these buns so that every weekend when I am naturally going to be craving a burger, I can just make one instead of having to go to McDonald's, feel like shit, and then, you know, low-key hate myself for it. Whereas I can have a burger, enjoy it, and it's going to be nutritious and delicious. So yeah, that's the thing about food and training. You just got to experiment, see what works with you. If something's not working, you don't like it, it is easier to try something new and more effective than it usually is to try harder. So instead of trying to resist the urges to have burgers, even more, it's better to try to make it yourself. Like try to do something else. That way I can still have the burger and not hate myself, for lack of a better term. All right, that was the grocery haul. Now I'm gonna put everything away in my pantry, and then because I want to extend this video a little bit longer, I'm going to take you through a full meal prep. I'm going to prep all my lunches and dinners for the week, and you guys can just see how long it takes me and yeah, the process. So here you can see the spread for what I'm going to meal prep. We got my sweet potatoes here. We got the ground beef. That's lunch. We got rice. We got the chicken for dinner. That's going to be for breakfast or for lunch. Haven't decided yet. And bought this last week, California style vegetables. I just put it in a pot right there, and I eat it every night after dinner. Like I said, great way to get some vegetables in because it's lacking in my diet. Like I said, with the quality of food that I buy, it wasn't always like this. I wasn't always able to, or I haven't even made the food yet, but I'm pretty fast at making meal prep. Oh my goodness. Can't think straight right here. I'm pretty fast at making my meal prep, and it wasn't always like that, but I have a lot of experience after doing it week after week, and meal prep is really easy. You just make a lot of food at once. You try to use the fact that you have 4 burners in the oven so you can get a lot of stuff going at the same time. For me, it takes like 90 minutes to get all my meals done while doing laundry and dishes. Just a great bang for your buck. Essentially, I don't have to worry about food during the week when I'm really busy with school. And I like cooking. I like meal prep. I just put on a podcast and I just cook. And if it's something that you want to get into, highly suggest it. I cannot recommend it enough. I know there's benefits to eating different foods, and if you like cooking, I definitely say just like cook every night. But if you find yourself struggling and you find yourself reaching to go to fast food or to go to other places just because of convenience, if you put in a little bit more effort and a little bit more discipline, you can achieve great things with meal prep. So I'm always going to be an advocate for meal prep. But yeah, I'm just going to do a time lapse. I feel like that's the easiest way to show you guys what I do, but it is just chopping and cooking, and let's get started. 5:44 p.m. We are almost done. We just have to do the dishes now. So let's see here. A lot of dishes. No other way to put it, but all the meals are nicely cooked now. Here we have the dinners. There we have the lunches. I kind of burnt the sweet potatoes a little bit. We got the extra vegetables. And a little bit of beef left. Yeah, I'm gonna do the dishes now, and then I'm gonna cook the burgers, and I'm gonna do a couple hours of work and go to bed. But yeah, that is, fuck. Sometimes I lose my train of thought, and it is hard to communicate to a camera. But I wanna thank you guys for following along on this different episode where I'm not training, but I'm preparing to prepare for my, what the hell? I am prepping my meals to help me train. There we go. At the beginning of this video, I felt like I was really on the ball with speaking and I had like this really good train of thought, but it is just completely left. The train has left the station. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys in episode 3.